Thanks for joining today's episode of Small Talks for Big Change, where we help simplify financial topics to help with your financial wellness. My name is Michele Enriquez, Membership Development Manager here at Patelco Credit Union, and it's really hard to believe, but the holidays are upon us, ready or not, and I got stressed out thinking about it and thought, who better than to help us get in a positive headspace about money? And that person is Veronica Dangerfield. She is the infamous Patelco Senior Financial Wellbeing Educator, or your financial cheerleader, as she's also warmly referred to. Veronica, welcome back to the studio. We love having you here.
It is a privilege and an honor to talk with you, Michele, and this is going to be fun.
It is. And girl, ready or not, we are here. The holidays are officially upon us, and I'm really feeling the pressure. I don't know about you, but the cost of everything now and making everything work is just a lot.
My goodness, the madness of Black Friday has already started. But, I do love the holidays. I love eating occasions. But a lot of people dread it. And it's kind of sad when you can't enjoy the holidays because of all of the pressure.
It's true. I feel it. I'm a person that prepares, but I feel like even with the best preparation, it always sneaks up on you, and it's always a lot, no matter how much you try to prepare. So my kids are older now. They're 9 and 12, and their wish lists every year gets more expensive as they age, it feels like. Little ones are great because they don't recognize name brands. They're really happy with anything. My kids are grateful for everything, but these wish lists these days does include expensive sports gear, expensive electronics. It could be hard on the wallet.
Yeah, I think about it a lot because I am also the mother of Pebbles and Bam Bam, and then I call it my other one, the old kid. And what I did was, since I am the mother and I have to supply the living standards for these little people when they were younger, I refused to buy during Christmas because I'm giving all the time. And I also thought that it felt a little bit manipulative to be pressured externally about what I typically do internally. So I got a manifesto, and I hope we can talk about that today, Michele.
Absolutely. So I have a big extended family too. So I've got the kids, extended family. We do gather. We have individual gifts usually, but then there's Secret Santa. There's the work parties. There's everything else. And I know I'm lamenting, but I do love it. I'm with you on that one. It's my favorite time of the year. I love the holiday spirit, decorating the traditions, and girl, the holiday music. I've already got Mariah on the radio.
You do not have Mariah.
Right after
Halloween.
Girl,
please.
It goes on. But the pressure to shop and spend is definitely the most stressful part for me.
Well, James Baldwin said that not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. I would like to have a manifesto to normalize and setting expectations early and being intentional about the Christmas season. I'm talking about adjusting our mindset so that we can have fun. Because this ain't no dress rehearsal. And having the pressure to spend, the pressure to socialize is just not making it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because, and I guess depending on your religion, the holidays have different meanings, and most weren't intended to create this undue pressure to buy things, right? But at the same time, for most, it's about spreading cheer and kindness, and for many, that involves gift giving. I have a friend who's really good about setting boundaries with her kids, her families, the people around her. And she's good about suggesting a budget if there is going to be some kind of gift exchange, which is good. But she's also good about suggesting things like, hey, for family, let's do family gifts, or let's do a homemade gift or a theme or something like that. But I think most might, be fearful of appearing cheap by having, these conversations. And they're not easy, but
I have been called cheap plenty of time, believe me.
But, it's essential for setting expectations and avoiding disappointment, right?
Well, the thing is that we have to control what controls us. If you think right now intentionally and plan, how do I want my holiday season to go? You're intentional and you're purposeful. So I love holiday eating. as I said before. And if anybody wants to send me cookies, I will not say no. I will just weeble and wobble, but hopefully I won't fall down. But being conscious and intentional, so much is going on right now. Yeah. How much can you personally handle? Mm-hmm. Can you handle the ugly sweater contest? Well, maybe one, but maybe not three, okay? But I think that if we're intentional, we plan, we communicate, and we're also sensitive about people who are having a really hard time around the holidays, and we're respectful and reverence. Mm-hmm. I call it financial compassion, that we're compassionate in the way we spend our money and give our time, but basically really wanting to give some fun experiences versus having a financial hangover on January 1.
No, absolutely. And, I think it really does come down to communication. There's folks that really love to give, and they put the disclaimer out there like, hey, we have the means to do this, and we want to do this. So there's no expectation to reciprocate that. And I love that you're getting us to think about mindset. Right? It's preparation, it's communication, but it's also mindset. So say a little bit more about the mindset, because I think this is one of those things that's a lot easier said than done.
So mindset is reframing how you think about something. Where you would say, I'm getting ready to go to this Christmas party, and I feel like I have to go, and I feel like I must socialize, that you start making things like, you'll say things like, I'm going to this Christmas party, I'm going to have a snack before I go so that I don't overeat and overdrink. I'm only going to stay for a couple of hours, and when I'm there, I'm going to be in the moment and having fun. So I'm not talking about something radical. I'm just talking about being intentional and deliberate so you can increase the quality of your life and your choices. You deserve that. I mean, like I said before, this is not no dress rehearsal. This is the only Christmas season you'll have in 2024. Let's be intentional and deliberate about how we experience the holidays.
Yeah, and I like that too. We just went through an all-team meeting here at Patelco, and we're talking about these reset moments. What you're suggesting is a moment of pause. Stop for a second, yes. Plan, think about it, be intentional. And I think we all need that reminder every now and again, right? So I'm thinking about your ideas, making the time, doing all these things, but thinking about my kids, right? Their expectations, young children's expectations, these expectations that society's created. How do you support the pressures that they get hyped up on?
Well, the thing is that you have to remember that you are the leader. And as a leader, you set expectations for the youngsters. So, what I say is you get 4 gifts. Something that they want, something that they need, something that they can wear, and something that they can read. It's taking the consumerism out of it. And also, as a family, have you guys ever made up a game on what you know about each other? Now, children love games because they're into the experience, and guess what they want more than anything under the tree? It's your time and your love and your devotion. And those type of things will enrich their lives, and it also helps declutter the planet. I think a lot about being a good steward of the planet and making sure that I don't waste resources, and I'm teaching my children, and I'm leading by example. And believe me, they will talk about the Christmas where you guys all came up with a game versus something that's going to eventually end up at Goodwill.
I love that. I love that so much. You're so right. I mean, all they really want is our time and our attention. And what better way to spend the holidays than with your family and doing that? I'm reading your notes here, and you put in parentheses a TikTok instead of a family game. I don't know that I'm going to go that far. I'm not a TikToker, but I'll think about the game. Peggy, our colleague, she's been on the show before. She's got grandkids. Every year, she has set an expectation with her family that they are doing some kind of experience. She doesn't buy any gifts.
Beautiful.
She's done this forever. She's done things like rent a limo and taking everyone to a Warriors game. She's done Great Wolf Lodge before. And I know those are terrible examples because they're expensive examples, but like a Nutcracker outing or, even inexpensive things. But that is the expectation. Her grandkids get so hyped up about grandma's Christmas experience or whatever it's going to be. And I've known that for years, and I've always said, I'm going to do what Peggy does. I'm going to take a page out of her book and do something like that. But I think this year might be the year with your inspiration. So for a lot of families, gift giving is the tradition. And I think there could be a little pushback, right?
Absolutely.
So you talked about, these radical changes. How do we manage?
Well, the thing is that communication. I was watching a video the other day, and this guy talked about how he lost his fiance because he was giving her what he thought she should have, and she wasn't getting what she needed, and she left. So you can communicate. Everybody is different, and everybody. Like for me, if my kids wrote me a thank you letter, that would be worth more than any money in the world. Yep. You know what I mean? And when we know somebody intimately and we understand where they are as a human being and we respond to that with the knowledge that we know them, it's not about the money then, right? Yeah. It's about the love. It's about the compassion. It's about the attention. And it's about experiencing beyond the holiday hoopla, because it gets to be too much. But we create what we pay attention to. So just think, after this podcast, you can go and think thoughtfully how you want to experience the holidays, exactly how much you want to spend, exactly how many peppermint and cookies that you are going to eat this year, And maybe you'll pepper them with some walks. You're going to stay hydrated, and you're going to take care of yourself. Compassion, financial compassion, holiday compassion, and joy, because you deserve it. We all deserve it. Don't you think, Michelle?
Peppermint cookies are my thing, too.
Are they?
Yep. And you know what I just remembered? This year, the Warriors are playing on Christmas Day, so I think that's going to be my gift to my family. Little sit-down time and watch the game.
It's an experience.
I might cook dinner. I might get some peppermint cookies.
Yeah, I have to get ready for the adult children to descend and destroy my house. It feels like 10 bombs went in it. But I know that this year, I'm going to do a lot of meditating. I'm going to give up attachments to results. It's just a house. And I'm going to focus on the love, because at the end of the day, the love is what we're here for.
I love that. I needed this so much. I hope our listeners, can understand that change can be hard. Societal expectations, peer pressure is hard, but with some strategies and communication, we can turn this around. Have good holidays.
And also, Tony Robbins said, the change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Whether you are going to have a financial hangover on January the 1, or whether you're going to feel bad because you decided to cut back a little bit and communicate, the choice is yours. But definitely make the choice towards your future self, which means that you're going to have a wonderful time now, and you're going to have a great financial future because you're taking care of your financial well-being. And I say to you, right on you.
Veronica, thank you so much for joining us and helping us mentally prepare for the holidays. Now we know what to get you. It's peppermint cookies, folks. I'm with her on that one. So that concludes today's episode for Small Talks for Big Change, where we help simplify financial topics to help with your financial wellness. We'll see you next time. Patelco Credit Union is insured by NCUA.